Hey guys, Coach Rach here. This podcast is intended to inspire, educate, and support you on your health and fitness journey. I am not a medical doctor and cannot give any professional medical advice. If you are suffering from any kind of medical condition, whether it's mental or physical, please seek help from a qualified health practitioner. Welcome to the Diet Starts Never podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Nigro, aka Coach Rach. This podcast will teach you how to live your healthiest life in and out of the gym and put yourself first again. Oh, and we get long-lasting results here. I've made it my mission to help my clients ditch the diet mentality and heal their relationship with food and themselves. After transforming hundreds of bodies and minds, it's your turn. Are you ready? Hello, my friends. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Diet Starts Never. We are back to bi-weekly episodes. I've got a whole bunch of episodes coming up planned out for you, and I cannot wait to share. I'm here in the studio right now, aka my office, with my two co-hosts, aka Roxy and Royce. So I have to apologize in advance. Roxy is snoozing right now, and you most definitely will hear her snoring in the background. All right, so we're going to just jump into the episode. As always, this is the protein episode. We're talking about how to optimize your nutrition to boost your metabolism and lean out for good. Protein, aka the magic ingredient for fat loss. You will hear me talk about it all of the time. You will hear every kind of health coach, fitness coach, personal trainer talk about it all of the time. Why? Because it is so important. It's so important that, in fact, I donated. Donated. I am spending the entire month of what month are we in? March, talking about protein on Instagram. I created an entire protein guide to help you learn more about it, how to eat more protein, how to meal prep more protein. Why? Because you want to burn more fat, you need to eat more protein. You want to build muscle, you need to eat more protein. Do you want longer, fuller hair? You need to eat more protein. So my goal for this episode is really to demystify protein a little bit. I know it sounds very scary. I want to make it seem easier for you. I want to make it seem less challenging. I want it to seem less further away. So here we go. As you guys know, I am a wellness and nutrition coach. I specialize in sustainable fat loss, specifically for women, but I will help anybody who needs my help. Most of my clients come to me wanting to lose weight. Most people who follow me on Instagram follow me for advice to lose weight or just for overall tips to optimize their health, live their best life for themselves. So if your goal is to lose body fat, if your goal is to be toned, if it is to build muscle, if it is to get stronger, if it's to grow a butt, if it's to gain weight, or if it's just to support your body as you get older, or maybe if it's just to be healthy and feel good, you need to eat your protein. So for this episode, we're going to be talking about protein in terms of fat loss, because I know everybody, even if we don't want to admit it, we're all always trying to lean out and feel as strong as possible. And protein is like one of the reasons I'm able to maintain a lean physique year round. It makes you feel full and satisfied. It makes you, it actually boosts your metabolism, meaning your body burns more calories while digesting protein. And while you're working towards your goals, it helps your body preserve muscle while you're losing fat. So there is a difference between weight loss and fat loss, and I'll kind of use them interchangeably, but I really try to focus on saying fat loss more specifically. So weight loss is when the scale goes down, of course. You're losing fat, you're losing water weight, and you are potentially losing muscle weight as well, losing muscle. So weight loss isn't necessarily what we want. We want fat loss. We want to be able to preserve that muscle as much as possible. So fat loss is simply just losing fat. Yes, it comes with some decrease in water weight as well, but we want to focus on that fat loss. So if I use them interchangeably, you guys know what I mean. We're talking about losing fat. If you have, let's say, a drastic amount of weight to lose, weight meaning number on the scale, and you have, let's say, over 100 pounds you want to lose, I would consider that more weight loss. It's a little bit more drastic, as opposed to maybe a smaller fat loss that's about 10 to 15 pounds. Get what I'm saying? So we know we build muscle in the gym, but you guys, you burn fat in the kitchen. So making sure you're eating lots of nutrient dense foods to support your hormones and boost your metabolism is essential to reach and maintain your goal, but it's also essential just for your health. I've had a whole episode on metabolism, and I've taught you guys well that your metabolism's main job isn't what we think it is. We often hear like, oh, I have a slow metabolism, I'm never going to be able to lose weight. That's not true. Your metabolism is just damaged. It's not broken. It's not slow. It's not fair to label it as slow because it's fixable, and there's things we can do to boost it, like eating more protein. Anyway, my point with this is your metabolism's main job is to create energy. It's to take food and convert that food into energy. Its main job is not to lose weight, not to lose fat. And then once it has enough energy left over, if it has enough energy left over from just creating energy to go about its normal functions, then it will support you in fat loss. So that's why supporting your metabolism is essential to maintaining your goal too. It's essential to having that leaner physique. And again, eating enough is one of the best things you can do for your body because it's not putting stress on your hormones. Being in like a one size fits all calorie deficit will not get you anywhere. It will get you hangry, it will get you cranky, and it will get you probably holding on to fat. So trust me, eating more protein, it will not put you in a calorie surplus. You will not gain fat from it. You will not gain weight from it. You will not build muscle so fast that you'll be bulky. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. I want you to think of protein as your magic ingredient for fat loss. Actually, let me circle back to this being bulky comment. So I, I hear a lot of people say like, oh, well, I just started going to the gym and the scale is up. So it's probably just muscle. And as much as I want it to be just muscle, it is very, very difficult to gain muscle so quickly. Like if you're going to the gym for a week, 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, the scale's not going to be up in from a pound, 2 pound, 3 pounds from just muscle. It takes years to build a few pounds of muscle. So that will kind of help you understand a bit better of where you're at. Maybe you're not actually in a calorie deficit. Maybe your digestion's off. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe your body's not rested enough. And that's what's causing the scale to go up there. So I'm getting a little bit off topic, but basically for the rest of this episode, I'm going to be giving you tips to optimize your protein intake. And I want to make eating protein feel less scary and less difficult. So like I mentioned, I do have a free guide all on how to eat more protein, how to calculate your protein, which I'm going to give you the essential tips from it here, but you will not be getting the recipes in this podcast episode. So make sure to head over to Instagram and DM me the word protein and I will send it right over. So let's talk about how to calculate your protein goals. So it's recommended to eat, we're just jumping right into it, 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're going to make big gains, you'll want to lean on the higher end of that scale. And the word gains, you guys, literally just means building muscle. You'll hear it all over like, gym bros, let's go make some gains in the gym. They're just talking about building muscle. Like we're not missing out. We're not talking about gaining weight. It's just looking stronger, right? So let's go build this big juicy booty, ladies. Anyway, so if you're looking to make big significant muscle gain, you are going to put your protein on the higher end. Let me give you an example. Let's say you weigh 130 pounds and you are very, very lean. You don't have much muscle mass to you and you need to gain muscle for your health. I would suggest 1.1 or 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So you literally are just taking your body weight and multiplying it by 1.1. So if you're 130 pounds, multiply that by 1.1, that's 143 grams of protein a day. I think that was really fast math. You know, when like math, just like maths and like you can see it in your head, no problem. So if you are looking, let's say you're just starting off and you've never tracked or eaten protein or paid attention to it, but you know you want to get toned, you know you want to build muscle. And pause. The definition of toned, you guys, is having enough muscle mass and a low enough body fat percentage that you can see that muscle. I promise you, lifting weights will not make you look bulky. I have been trying my whole life to get my muscles as big as possible. I don't think I ever looked bulky, and I eat 150 grams of protein a day. So again, let's say you are just starting off, you weigh 150 pounds. I would probably start off on the slower scale. I actually have an example typed out here for you guys, so I'm going to use that. So let's say you weigh 160 pounds, you're just starting off. We're going to do 160 times 0.8 because that's the lower side of the scale, and that equals 128 grams of protein. Now, we'll also calculate the higher end. I don't think it's necessary for you to be in this 1.1 or 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight unless you are trying to bulk, unless you're trying to go into a bulking phase, or at least a maintenance phase, maybe with a really big emphasis on progressive overload. So you'll take 160 times 1.2, and that's 192 if you're grams of protein a day. If you're just starting off, it's way too much protein. It's unnecessary. And this number I know can be very intimidating, and it does not feel attainable. So I want you to start low and build your way up. If you, let's say, do like a data collection week on MyFitnessPal and you see like you're averaging like 70 grams of protein a day, first start eating 100 grams of protein a day before you attempt to eat 128 grams of protein a day. And then you do that, you let your stomach adjust to, and you try and get it in through as much whole food as possible. I don't suggest getting it in through like multiple scoops of protein powder each day because that's going to make your belly hurt. And we work our way up from there. But the most important thing is consistency. So I want you to pick a number that you think you can hit consistently, and hit it consistently every single day. Again, if you're brand new to this, no stress, you'll get there. So I want to talk a little bit more about if you, let's say, don't want to track your food, if you feel like you've tried everything, but you can't seem to get out of your own way. These are 3 habits that are going to go such a long way for you, that are going to make you feel so good in your body, going to make you feel so supported, so healthy, and it's going to help you achieve that lean physique that you have been chasing for your whole life. And like, trust me, I know I've been there. Like, I have been chasing a lean physique majority of my adult life. So jumping into it, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And like I already said, you guys, it's time to stop cutting out food groups. It's time to stop restricting calories, and it's time to start eating enough. These restrictive habits that we've adapted growing up because we've been told eat less is better, work out more, working out is better, being as skinny as possible is better, being a size 0 jeans is better. Like, my left thigh could never. So restrictive habits, they only disrupt your hormones. They slow down your metabolism and they make it harder to lose weight. They will literally put your body into a state where it is holding on to fat. So these 3 things I want you to do. If you're comfortable tracking your protein goal, great. If not, this is what you're going to do. You can do both of these though. So I want you to eat 30 grams of protein at every single meal. Breakfast is going to be 30 grams. Lunch is going to be 30 grams. And dinner is going to be 30 grams. And that doesn't really add up to that much, you guys. That's only 90 grams a day. So if your goal is 150 grams, like mine is, you bet you're going to be eating a lot. But my mindset is quite different now. I focus on how I can add as much value as possible to my meals instead of how I can restrict. Get what I'm saying? And then step 2, or my next part to this, is I want you to eat balanced plates at every single meal. Again, these habits are ones that you need to adapt, you guys. You need to, if you can't see yourself eating it away for the rest of your life, you shouldn't be doing it to lose weight. So like right now in the beginning, if you're saying to yourself like, all right, I'll just eat this much protein, I'll like pack on the protein until I reach my weight loss goal, and then you don't continue to eat protein, you're not going to be able to maintain that weight loss, and you're not going to be able to maintain that toned physique. So again, eat that balanced plate. That looks like half of your plate is filled with vegetables. Throw every single type of vegetable in there. You want to get all that fiber in as well. That's going to support your gut. That's going to support a lean, flat belly. You're going to make a quarter of your plate carbs, and you're going to throw a dollop of fat onto it. So I post all these different examples of like what my days of eating looks like on Instagram, on TikTok, and they're purely for inspiration purposes. You guys, like when I share my macros with you, they're calculated for me. I'll never give you my full day of eating macros, but I tell you my protein macro because it's a big number to achieve and I want to show you how doable it is. So this is a solution without tracking your macros. Again, if you've tried everything and you can't seem to get out of your own way, I think this is the best solution for you. And then finally, the third thing I'm going to mention is just going on a 30-minute walk every day, just increasing your daily movement, just even getting outside. You don't even understand the power that getting outside does for your mind. I'm sure you do understand, but like it does a lot, guys. Water break. So this is like, it's not a one size fits all plan, but it kind of is because we all have bodies. And the science, the research shows that every single body needs habits like this, like the three I just said: to eat 30 grams of protein a meal, to eat balanced plates, to go on a 30-minute walk every single day. And granted, like if your goal isn't to be toned, you don't have to eat 30 grams of protein a meal. But I really think you should because your bones deserve it too. Your physique deserves, your body deserves support, and muscles are going to support it, especially as we get older. So again, if you've tried everything, do this for 30 days. And I promise you, you will feel completely different than when you started, and you'll look completely different too. I want you to feel good, but I want you to focus on that feel good feeling. I want you to look in the mirror and say, damn, I am proud of myself. I am strong. I am capable of eating 150 grams of protein a day. And yeah, you kind of get my point on it. But eating balance is at the forefront of what I teach my clients, and protein is at the core of every single meal. I get really good results with my clients, and I want to help you get the really, really great results as well. But yeah, guys, just remember, muscle is our body's superpower. It helps us age gracefully. It speeds up our metabolism, like we talked about. It regulates your hormones. It improves your cardiovascular health. It helps you develop strong bones. So let's just eat our protein. And then if you want to do it in a way of tracking macros, I always love to offer this shift in perspective to somebody who maybe is scared to track macros. I personally believe that it is one of the best things you could do to reach and maintain your goal. We're going to get into why. And especially again, if you're not seeing results despite doing all the right things, if you think you're doing all the right things right now, you're eating clean, you're working out a lot, you're getting all your exercise in, but you're not losing weight, something's wrong. So many online coaches will tell you to eat clean, right? What does eating clean mean? Eating clean is not a strategy. And that's why I don't really like to give like these generalized one size fits all tips, because I don't believe in them. I explained why I gave you these 3 tips, because every single body needs support that way. So again, eating clean is not a strategy. And if you want real lasting results, you're going to have to be more specific than that. To see results, you need to eat enough of the right foods, AKA protein, but your fats, your carbohydrates, your other 2 macronutrients play a really big role as well. And we do this by tracking macros. So let me explain a little bit more. I want you to think of eating clean to tracking macros is like navigating without GPS versus using a GPS system. Eating clean is like driving without GPS, relying on general direction, which is like your healthy food choices, right? When tracking macros is like using a GPS, inputting specific goals in, which is your macronutrient targets, for precise guidance to reach your destination. Hopefully you'll get to your destination without a GPS, but by using a GPS, you'll get there sooner and you'll get there faster. Oftentimes when people just eat healthy, they actually end up under eating or drastically overeating. These like quote unquote health foods could be so calorie packed. And also, like, some people think eating healthy means eating low calorie. And trust me, my friends, that is not the case. Eating healthy could look like 3 eggs, coffee, and fruit for breakfast, a Caesar salad and a granola bar for lunch, and chicken and broccoli for dinner. Like, there's no balance to that. That's not going to make you feel full. That's not going to make you feel satisfied. And people wonder why they're always hungry and end up binging on the weekends. So we're in a calorie deficit, a way too big calorie deficit all week. And then your metabolism is so malnourished and your hormones by the end of the week and your body, it's craving sugar, it's craving carbs. You're not giving your body enough fuel and nourishment, and keeping yourself in a calorie deficit for a long period of time only messes up your hormones. It slows your metabolism. And again, it sets your body up for fat storage. So the bottom line, you guys, if you want to see results that last, there's one thing you need to focus on, and it's eating enough of the right things. So start with this protein and then progress to carbs and then progress to fats. But do those 3 things I mentioned for 30 days and you're good to go. You're going to see good results. But the tricky part is you need to do it consistently. If you do it Monday through Friday, and then completely forget and adapt it or disadapt it. Is that a word? Disadapt? Somebody let me know. On the weekends, you're in that all or nothing state and you're right back where you started. Like, there's no reason you can't go out to eat and have a balanced plate. Like, I literally posted a picture last night. I ordered in food and I made a balanced plate with the food that I ordered. I would never order out if it's not balanced. For the most part, I should never say never, but like, I know if I'm not eating a balanced plate, I'm not going to feel good. So a balanced plate could look like a side of vegetables, a protein, and some kind of carb. So for me last night, I ordered grilled chicken and vegetables, and I ordered lentil soup as my side. I'm getting a good amount of carbs for my veggies because I filled up half my plate with it. I put a quarter of my plate my lentil soup, which also has some fat sources in it. And when you're eating out, things are covered in oil a bit more, so it has more fat. And then I filled up a little bit more than a quarter of the plate with chicken because you girls got a high protein goal. But like, let's say I was going out to eat to get pizza. I love pizza. I would eat, depending on the size, if I'm going to Cipollini and getting a truffle pizza, I'm probably eating 2 to 3 slices of that. They're small slices. If I'm going out just for a slice, I'd have one, and I would sit down and I would order a side salad with grilled chicken on it. Same thing, if I'm at this Cipollini restaurant, I'm going to have my 2 to 3 little slices of pizza. I'm probably going to order some tuna carpaccio, which is straight protein, and I'm probably going to order some kind of meal depending that's protein dominant. The choice is yours. It's up to you to make it. It's up to you to follow through with it. And if you need support on doing so, I'm here. I got you. So I hope this episode was helpful. I hope it gave you the pep talk you need and the education you need to eat your damn protein, guys. So I want you to go download this protein guide. Again, go DM me the word protein on Instagram. I'll even link in it in the episode notes for you guys. And that's it. I hope you have an incredible rest of your week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.